one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on a team from the Big Ten, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Georgia likely to kick it deep to get things started. From inside the 15, chance for a good return. Gets it all the way out to the 33.
At the 33.
They challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. They'll go to the ground, finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
And this guy is elite. There's a reason why he starts in this offense. You just saw the speed and the open field running ability on that last play, and this is a guy that is going to be key to the entire season for this offense.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. People like to say conference affiliation doesn't matter. But you get the SEC against the Big Ten, and there's no denying there's a little extra juice in the building.
Definitely extra juice. The best 2 conferences, the biggest conferences, Palmer. Everybody talks about these being the power brokers and deciding the future of college football. So, yes, it matters.
A lot of blue bloods in both conferences, David, you're right. I think it's something players are also very aware of, too, is having that conference pride, wanting to win this game, representing the rest of the teams in their conference.
Short from the 26. Pretty easy field goal range, but they'd love to pick up the first. They'll try to power their way ahead. Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a first down.
This offense knew coming into this one, guys, how important it was to start early. And on this opening drive for them, they're doing a nice job running the football there on 3rd down. They're in a position on the field now. If you're on defense, you got to be ready for a shot throw into the end zone.
The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. Try to get it to the edge. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
Well, the offense is running towards the open grass, right? They're going toss play to the field, but way too much penetration defensively, forcing that tackle for loss.
Did a speed bump on that last play. Now work to do on 2nd and 15. He's looking to throw. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
And you're trying to get the ball to running back quick and let him get some space, but there was absolutely no space. They penetrated quickly, and they got him before he could even get going.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Really nice third down sub defense there at that time. It's third and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, now forcing the incompletion, setting up fourth.
And he missed it. No good. Kicker tried to tack a few more on the scoreboard, guys, and couldn't do it.
You can't miss opportunities like that. You're playing on the road in a hostile environment. You're trying to seize momentum right out of the gate. You get a nice drive to start the game, and then you miss the field goal. You don't get any points to show for that. If they're going to win this one, guys, they've got to take advantage of those types of opportunities.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Line gets set, first down. They want to throw it. Pocket starts to collapse. So let's see if they can make up for that loss on second down from the 18. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
You get a play like that and you feel like you can go in and finish the deal. It'll be 1st and 10 from just inside the 50. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. Georgia comes quickly to the line. Ball in the air, intercepted. Going the other way, and he's got room. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Buckeyes. They're on the board first here in the season opener. What a play by this defense with the pick six.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick six. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Going up top on first down. Takes a hit as he fires. Complete downfield. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football. Had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to.
And he's got it inside the 20. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes a stop. Leaves it with the running back. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop it.
Yeah, and it's a nice decision by the quarterback when you run these RPOs. Man, if you can give it to him and you can get such positive yards like that, continue to do it. Make that defense react a different way, then I'll throw the football.
Going to work in the red zone, they can pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Georgia heads to the line with a 1st and goal. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Dogs!
This running back was not going to be denied. Nice blocking up front to create a hole for this running back, and he was able to take advantage.
And he made that extra point to wet turf, no problem at all. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. Wide open, and it's a foot race. A dynamic return, explosive, and got loose on this kick coverage team, and they were barely able to keep him from taking it all the way. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Touch pass on the run. Got enough space. Give him 6. Touchdown, Ohio State. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead.
That makes the score. Ohio State 14, Georgia 7.
The kickoff team takes the field to boot this one away. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. First down to start the drive after the break. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
All right, well, look, I know the defense was feeling real good about their run D coming into this one and how they've been playing up to this point, but finally, David, the offense breaks through and they finally generate something positive on the ground.
And I can't tell you how easy it is. When you're going to throw the ball consistently, and I know it, I'm going to pin my ears back, and I'm going to get to the quarterback. It makes life really easy on the defensive line. But when you can have balance, now the defense doesn't know what's coming. They need more of this if they're going to be successful on offense.
They'll go back to work after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 36. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. One of the big storylines coming into this year was the rising temperature of the coach's seat. And the process of cooling things off starts now.
All offseason, this coach has said the right things. I'm not worried about it. I'm not focused on it. I'm just worried about our team. But, David, let's be real. He's got to win games. There is an expectation at this program to win, and if he doesn't start fast this year, that hot seat's only going to get hot.
No, and then the chirping starts, and everybody's going to be talking about his job. The pressure builds, and then what happens? Sometimes you lose the locker room, so important to get off to a good start. Try to quiet some of those haters and some of those doubters.
3 straight incompletions, and undaunted, they'll go for it on 4th and 10. Coming after him. Hit as he throws. And the pass is intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here in the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
And they're going to lose yardage there. The defense completely owning the front. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And they can't make the connection on third down, but hold everything. There is a flag. Let's see what that's about. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. Here comes the field goal unit. This is going to have to be unleashed from 54 yards out. The field goal is no good. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys.
Look, it's sloppy out here. It's wet. The ball is slick. It's not easy to kick in these types of conditions. That's now his second missed field goal, but I know this kicker's disappointed of himself because he's good enough to make these kicks.
We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Georgia going up tempo. He wants to throw here on 2nd down. The quick out. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. Trying to get the first with the give to the wide receiver. They convert on 3rd down as he gets it to the 46-yard line.
And what a nice job by the OC. Great job prodding, probing, figuring out what you need to do to get first down. That's all that matters. 3rd down conversions at the end of the day is a stat that all coaches look at because it has a lot to do with how much success you have offensively or defensively.
Oh, they had the screen all set up on 1st down, and he couldn't make the catch. After the misfire, now on 2nd down. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And they pick up just 1. It'll be 3rd and 9.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
Well, I don't know if the big fella got freaked out because he was so wide open on that play, but that is a catch he has got to make for his quarterback.
Despite failing earlier on 4th down, they will try again here. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. What a snag by the defense. Taking it the other way. He's inside the 40. At the 20. Touchdown, Buckeyes! A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. Look, I know it's only the 2nd quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
Get another look at this Bulldog offense. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick 6, Jesse.
You're right.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. That type of pressure on the quarterback, that's vintage Ohio State, right in keeping with the legacy that's been established by the Buckeye D.
Yeah, and you take pride in that. You own that legacy with all those guys you see performing at a high level in the NFL. Man, you see that, you want to go get it, recruit.
Fires into traffic, it's picked off. Takes it the other way. They bring him down, but that great defensive play might be overturned. Let's see what the call is. So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. Well, this is just the type of field position this offense wants. Here's a quick throw out to the left. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
For a wide receiver screen to work, you've got to have better blocking out in front by other receivers, and they're just not physical enough at the point on that last play.
They pull him down at the 17 after a pickup of 3.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered.
Third down, and this crowd will blow out a vocal cord to help this defense. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
How about that? You don't see those, touch passes go for negative yards very often. Usually this is a short flip that counts as a completion that goes a long way, but the defense aggressive. Saw it, pulled the trigger, came outside, made sure he didn't get outside and get to that edge. Nice job by the defense.
Just drives it between the uprights. And that will extend their lead even further. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Missouri has the lead right now. Columbia has just been jumping all week, but this game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They're up by a field goal over Georgia Tech. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, you'll see it right here.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They'll give it to the back. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24. The Dogs want to move quickly. They're testing the right side here. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down marker.
Now on first down from the 28. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. Wide receivers everywhere on 2nd and 6. They're bringing heat. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
They'll go with a direct snap. And they did not let him get to that first down line. It'll bring up a call here. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. I understand the desire to keep the ball, but going for it inside your own 40? On fourth down, they'll throw for it. And that pass intercepted. Bringing it back. A veteran in this defense stayed locked in on his rules and made the interception.
Have a day, young fella. 2 interceptions already? That's 3, 4, 5, 6 games for some people. A hot start, catching the football. He's acting like he's playing wide receiver out there. I might think about trying a different DB.
Off the play fake on first down. The throw. Fires it incomplete. Now on 2nd down. Now the play fake. Trying to get to him. And the pressure was in his grill in an eyelash. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this defense had some matchups they felt really good about up front. They won one right there, getting to the quarterback, creating a negative play. And they're going to need these guys to start winning more of those because they are finding themselves in a hole here early in the game.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
And the Buckeyes will punt this one away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Here's the fair catch, and he'll make it close to the 20-yard line. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Here comes the offense on first down. He wants to throw. Dances away. Going to try to get it himself. At the 40, there he goes. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. He's going to pass. He's going to fire deep. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
You just wonder if that last interception the quarterback threw last drive is starting to affect him and what he's seeing right now. He's seeing ghosts. He doesn't look very confident throwing the football. He's lucky the defense dropped that last throw.
On second down, he'll let it fly. Trying to make magic with his feet. At the 35, he's open. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Buckeyes will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on fourth downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me too.
Little touch pass to the receiver. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. After the good pickup on first down, let's see if they keep it on the ground. Just going to keep it after the snap. There to stop him at the 43, but he gets 5 and moves the sticks. Georgia comes quickly to the line. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down.
Oh, look out! Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal.
Yeah, and way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that first down. Nice job. Nice play call by the offense.
First and goal, and a great opportunity to slice into this lead. With jet sweep pass. And they're able to get him down.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver in different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
And you could tell that the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan. And the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand. And more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end of the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in the fourth quarter game.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. From the gun. Looking to the end zone. And that is his 5th Interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sends it the other way.
Well, we know these are slick conditions today in this game. Wide receiver just didn't seem to really get a good grasp on the ball when it hit his hands. Didn't stick right away. There's a bit of a bobble, and because of it, the defense able to come away with the pick.
Hammers ahead for a yard out to the 12.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physical. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wide out in motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Got it set up on the outside. Across the 25, he's got room. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
I love this running back and the job he does once he has the ball in his hands on this screen pass. He was real patient. You got to allow these 300-pound offensive linemen to sort of collect themselves and stammer down the field and try to block some of these linebackers and DBs, and that's exactly what the running back did. Great job with patience.
The Buckeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. Wide receiver shows motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially on the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is most dangerous.
And the Buckeyes are moving quickly down the field. Looking to go up top on 1st down. He's got him in the flat. On the move at the 30. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Really nice throw there to get the first down. And, you know, when you think about Ohio State quarterback play, especially here recently, it all comes down to efficiency. You have to make good decisions. You got to read the defense, and you got to be accurate. When you think of guys like Justin Fields, C.J. Stroud, guys who went in the first round, that's what they did. And this guy right here, I think he has the ability to be a first-rounder in the future.
Hey, that goes down as a pass completion. How about the quarterback seeing the fullback, understanding I can get some positive yards here, dumping it off to him to get a small gain.
They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. They go to the ground. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Ohio State. And the beatdown has ensued.
And it's been more of the same in the second half for this offense, doing whatever they wanted. What a start to the season, man. This is exactly what you draw up. Everything they drew up in the offseason has worked in game one, and that's why they are dominating this football game.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First down for this offense. Looking to move it through the air. They get to him as he throws. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On second down, he'll let it fly. The quarterback's a little more on target there. Maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion. Georgia going up tempo. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Offense facing fourth down. That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Ohio State 31, Georgia 7.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. Pressure coming. Stands in and takes the hit. And he's thrown another interception. He couldn't quite get loose on that return, but